On this Mother's Day, I'd like to tell you one of the most astonishing stories that I know personally about the power of love, a mother's love, and God's love. I was talking to a delightful Dutch gentleman, William Natellenbos. He had a lovely Dutch accent, and he was maybe 70 when he told me this story. I knew he had come to America from Holland, and I asked him where he was born in Holland. And he surprised me when he said that he wasn't born in Holland, that he was born in Indonesia. And then I asked further, well, how old were you when you left Indonesia? And he said, well, I left when the prisoner of war camps were liberated. I was astonished. Children were in prisoner of war camps? He said, well, my father worked for a Dutch company, and when the Japanese invaded Indonesia, every male foreigner, whether they were a doctor or a businessman, a military or government person, or a missionary, was placed in a prisoner of war camp, and their wives and their children were placed in a camp for women. He was born just a few months before this happened, and he and his mother were separated from his father for over 4 years before those camps were liberated. He said he didn't have any bad memories of that time, that he remembered playing games with other kids. He said all they had were rocks, stones, and mud. But he said that he believed that it was the love of his mother that had formed some kind of a shield around him and protected him. Then his wife told me that he was still actually suffering from some health effects from having nearly starved to death during that time because they didn't have any food. I was like, how can you not have any bad memories of that time if you almost starved to death? And he said, what I remember is sitting on my mother's lap and hearing her tell me Bible stories, sing Bible songs, folk tales and folk songs. Her love and the love of my friends are all that I remember. Wow. That is the kind of love that God makes possible. You see, God says that it's not possible that nothing bad or sad will ever happen to us in this life. But the love of God is a love that protects your heart and your mind, that is stronger than anything bad that can happen to you, that makes a force field, a shield of power around you. Will you pray after me? Dear God, thank you for mothers. Thank you most of all for the kind of love that is so strong that it can protect our hearts and our minds. Help us to learn that love and to share it with others. In Jesus' holy name, amen.